All right. It is 5:32. We will get going. Right now, if you have joined us, you are about to listen and see the Nebraska Parkway from 48th Street to 56th Street, street improvement information and presentation. Joining us today, we're going to go bottom to top. We have Thomas Schaefer, who is our Assistant Director of Transportation at Lincoln Transportation and Utilities. And then we have Chris Humphrey, who oversees all planning, design, and construction in the transportation division. And then also we have Russ Gasper, who is our senior construction engineer. And then we have Mark Miller, who also is our construction project manager. So we really appreciate everyone tuning in today. This is a recorded meeting. So tomorrow we will be able to get this meeting on our website page for the Nebraska Parkway from 48th to 56th Street update if you would like to refer back to it, or if you would like to send this information to someone else who might be who might benefit from hearing the information as well. So I'm going to now hand it over to Chris Humphrey, who is going to be doing most of the presentation. And just a reminder, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat and we will get to those right after the presentation. All right, Chris, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Erica. So I just want to echo what Erica said and thank everybody for attending. And I think our first slide here is it is a map of the corridor. Okay, so the blue line is basically where the project will be constructed along Nebraska Parkway, 48th Street to the west and 56th Street to the east. And what we're doing is just improving the pavement condition along here to provide a better driving experience along this major corridor in South Lincoln. And so what we're really trying to accomplish in this half-mile segment is, again, fixing the pavement. So we'll be replacing the eastbound and the westbound driving lanes, and we will be fixing the median curbs and then repairing the concrete median in the middle. And then I should say with that, we'll also be, if there's any spots in the foundation underneath the concrete, we'll be fixing that as well once the pavement's removed. So basically what we're going to be doing is accomplishing this in 4 major phases. The first phase, and we have maps of this, graphics of this later on, but the first phase will be constructing the westbound lanes. The second phase will be constructing the eastbound lanes. And then we'll flip traffic again and then button up the westbound lanes and do the same with the eastbound lanes. And again, we have some graphics here that we'll be showing to explain this. So access during construction during phase 1. So we'll be constructing the westbound lanes and traffic will be moved to be head-to-head. So that means that 1 lane will be eastbound, 1 lane will be westbound in the current eastbound lanes during that phase 1. So while we're constructing the westbound lanes, traffic will be head-to-head in the eastbound lanes. And then we'll flip it when we're doing phase 2. So as we're constructing the eastbound lanes, traffic will be head-to-head. So 1 lane eastbound, 1 lane westbound when we're constructing the eastbound lanes. And then in phase 3, we'll be completing the westbound lanes under lane closures. And then phase 4, we'll be doing the same under lane closures. So this is a graphic and it's piggyback. So they're just one's on top of the other one. The west part of the project is on the top graphic. And then the east side of the project is on the bottom graphic. What you see on the screen is the yellow hashed marks are the construction areas. So this is describing phase 1 graphically. So the westbound lanes will be under construction. And then the green arrows are the eastbound traffic. So that will be 1 lane eastbound. And then the blue arrows are the traffic. So 1 lane westbound. So they'll be crossing over at the 48th Street intersection and the 56th Street intersection. And about a week before each of these phase changes, we'll have electric message boards up. So you'll know in advance when we're going to be changing from phasing or when we're going to start the project. And then this is phase two. So again, it's kind of flip-flop. So when we're constructing the eastbound lanes, that will be totally closed and the traffic will be one lane westbound and one lane eastbound. And again, those crossovers will happen at 48th Street and 56th Street. And we're currently getting agreements together with the contractor. So we don't have a traffic control plan with them now. So what you see on the screen is kind of an overall view of the traffic patterns. Once we get that traffic control plan and the agreement in place with the contractor, we'll have a little bit more definitive idea of what those traffic patterns will look like at those intersections. But our goal is to have turning movements where we can, but with the crossovers, it makes it a little bit difficult. Those intersections like 56th Street with the left turn pocket, we will have that as operational as we can with the signal phasing for all of that. And this is a graphic showing all the other work in the area of this project. So we do have a very busy construction season here, as some of you are aware, just going around town. So I'll just start at the bottom of this of the map. So project number 4 is Pine Lake Road. That's currently under construction. We are constructing currently just a directional closure, eastbound closure from 27th to 29th Street while they're reconstructing all of the concrete in that area. That project is scheduled to be complete in 2026, but the contractor is making some headway on that and will complete that project as soon as he can. Project number 3 is our Pound Middle School project. This is one of our neighborhood residential rehab projects. So they have started work outside of this, the school area right now. That project is scheduled to be completed this fall. Project number 2 is 56th Street from Spruce to Van Dorn. This is one of our federal aid projects. So we're working with our federal partners in this project. This project's also supposed to be completed by the end of this year. And project number 1 is Normal Boulevard. And this is a pretty major project. It's about almost an $8 million investment. We started work on that last year. It's wrapped into this year, and the scheduled completion date is later this year as well. We do have a couple other projects that have not started construction yet. Over by 27th and Nebraska Parkway, we have some water main that we are currently designing, and we're planning on bidding that project later this fall to get started on construction later this year. And then also we have been working with BNSF, who's going to be making some improvements on the railroad crossings along the Nebraska Parkway corridor. And one of those is in close proximity to this project at 40th Street, just south of Nebraska Parkway. So while BNSF is in there improving their at-grade crossing, 40th Street will be closed just south of Nebraska Parkway. So, and then they also will be doing some improvements, just to let you know, on the tracks at 14th Street and Pioneers Boulevard as well.
And then so one of the most common questions that we get is, how can I maneuver through town when we have construction going on? And I love this question because we've really tried to develop some resources and some plans to assist the community, whether you're a pedestrian, a bicyclist, or of course a driver, a commuter, all of the above. And so one of the things that we do is we work directly with Waze, which is a transportation app. And we encourage people to download the Waze app in helping you navigate around construction. Now, the Waze app, what's unique about it is we have our website designer. She is updating Waze every single day when we have full closures all across the city. And that has really helped in being able to be a little bit more accurate when it comes to dodging construction, going around construction, when you're trying to get from point A to point B. So that is one resource that we recommend people use when wanting to kind of stay away from the construction in the area. Another thing that we have is our projects page, and here is the website. We also have a QR code if you wanted to snag a screenshot of this slide. I would encourage you to do so. Lincoln.ne.gov. If you go there, you can either in the search box, you can just type in projects and it will come up, or you can use this short URL. Either way, it will get you to this page. And then you can also visit our street closures page. And this page really does give all of our street closures, a long list of our street closures, then it puts them on a map so you can kind of see the best route that you can go to get to your destination. So a little bit more about these websites. So if you see, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so if you see here, this is an example of our street closures map. So we have a list of different streets that are impacted, and then we have little information. If you click on the different street, you will get a little bit of information on what's going on there. Now, some of these are city projects, some of these are non-city projects, some are private projects. So it is helpful to understand which project in your neighborhood is city. One might be LES, one might be ALLO, and all of those things. So that is a great resource that you can use there to help make your plan. And then this is our projects page. It's interactive. It's one of the best kept secrets, I think, that we have. We use this every day, all day long. You can decide what year you want when it comes to the projects that you're interested in learning about. You can decide if it's streets, if it's sidewalks, traffic, transit, water, wastewater, watershed. You can decide if you want to know what's coming up in the future. Those are the planned projects. What is going on at this very moment? What is under construction right now? You can click on that button, and then you can see, okay, what has the city been up to in the past years? And you can see all the different completed projects that we have here. I know that there are a lot of residents who are able to use this resource and be able to plan, especially like graduation parties, things like that. They can plan, and then every time that you go to one of these projects, it has all the information that you need. It has the description, it has the timeline of the project happening, it has contact information, funding information. So this resource is really our effort to be as informative as we possibly can in making sure that the community is able to really keep up to date on all of the progress going on across the city. And as you can see, in all quadrants of the city. And it's really been a very useful resource for all community members and commuters. And then as we wrap up, now is a great time if you have any questions about the Nebraska Parkway project coming up here, or if you have transportation questions. We do have the right people in the room, so we are happy to answer those. I'll bring up the chat and see if anyone submits a question.
Yeah, thanks. I guess I failed to mention when construction's starting. So as I mentioned, we're still getting agreements in place with the contractor. And so we're anticipating construction would start in early June and then last until late this fall.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Happy to help If you have any other questions, we're happy to get those answered for you. Okay. Well, seeing no more questions. Oh, here's one. Okay. Will there be any bridge repairs? And if so, which one? Great
Yeah,
question.
yeah, and that is a great question. I'm gonna ask Russ or Mark to
No,
address this.
no, there's no bridge repairs on this project. No.
You're welcome. And then while I have everyone's attention, if you wouldn't mind using the chat function, and if you could tell us if you like the virtual meeting effort in order to be able to stay in the comfort of your home, if you like how we are informing the community this way, or if you prefer maybe that open house meeting format better, or if you think, if which one of those, if you prefer, we would love to get your feedback on this type of engagement, and would take that input and really be able to kind of figure out how we go in the future. It was convenient. Okay, good. Thank you. Great. I appreciate the feedback. This is so helpful as we continue to plan different information public meetings. Great. Okay, well, again, thank you for your input. And then if you do have any follow-up questions, maybe tonight or tomorrow, feel free to reach out to me. My email is on this screen, and I can make sure that I get you directed to the right person to answer those follow-up questions. If you forget about my email or you lose it somehow, we do have Mark's information on the actual project page on the website. So no matter what, you will always be able to um, get a hold of any of us if you do have additional questions. So with that, we will conclude this meeting. And again, just a reminder, is recorded, and this will be on our website tomorrow in case you need to refer back. So thank you so much, and we really appreciate you joining. Have a great day.